Bovey, who's from the Natural Resources Defense Council. Julia's going to be talking to us today about some things in our household that maybe we should be getting rid of right away. Julia, welcome to MommyCast.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so if there were 3-4 things in our house that we should get rid of right now out of our house, what would you say they were?
Well,
I don't know if I want to hear that. Okay, go. I do. Okay.
I would have to say hard plastic bottles. You want to look for ones that say BPA free.
Okay. They actually say it on the bottle.
They say it on the package, sometimes even on the bottle itself.
Okay.
I'd have to say canned tuna. And I know that might not make me popular.
This is a shock to me because, I mean, I knew that there was maybe an issue with it's the mercury, right?
It is. And now science tells us that even 2 servings a week for little kids and for women who may become pregnant or who are pregnant is too much. The mercury level is so high in tuna now because of air pollution.
Okay.
Mercury goes into the water from the air. And it just means that this great source of lean protein, unfortunately, has to be limited to 1 serving a week until we can get the mercury out of the air.
See, when I was a kid, we had tuna every day.
Yeah. And is mercury something that they can actually take out of, they can get rid of in the fish? Or, I mean, is there a process that they can use? Or is it just it's there and there's nothing they can do about it? Because it's from pollution, right?
It is. So they can use fish in the tuna that has lower levels of mercury, and they could test the fish as they can it.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is they could be part of the solution in terms of using clean energy. Clean energy is the answer to getting the mercury pollution out of the air. I know that sounds like kind of far removed from trying to make yourself a tuna sandwich, but
so it's like acid rain is causing this issue. I mean, the pollutants going up into the air.
Exactly.
And then it rains down into the inside. I've heard
what
that.
A domino effect, though. It starts from fuel to sandwich.
Now, I've heard that it's the fish that are lower towards the bottom of the ocean.
The bottom feeders?
It's actually the larger fish, because they say you're a tiny fish and you have some mercury, and then the bigger fish eats you and the bigger fish eats you. So it's by the time you get to the tuna, they have eaten so many fish that have eaten so many fish, you get concentration of mercury.
Oh, I see.
Got it.
Okay.
I did not even know that. Shocking. I'm going to have to go through my pantry now.
And okay, so that's 2.
Other sources of mercury you may find around, such as old thermometers. Most folks have gotten rid of those, but mercury is something that you don't want to have around kids.
All right.
Another thing is most of us could open up under our sink and find stuff that you wouldn't want your kids to go near. Pesticides, like maybe what you spray in your garden, or some of your cleaning products. Recently, they've actually invented cleaning products that work, that don't have terrible chemicals in them.
Yeah, they do, and they're labeled as green or whatever.
The green.
Yeah, I've started buying that too.
Yeah, that can make a big difference, because you mop your floor and then your kid's crawling across your floor. What is that kid actually inhaling?
A number of years ago, I started reading about the Clean Team. It's like this guy who wrote a book on how to clean your house really, really quickly, and he provides FDA-approved, totally environmentally friendly cleaning products. And I pretty much only do that.
That's fantastic.
And only use the rags instead of the paper towels.
Yeah, I mean, you can really get your house clean that way.
Little by little, I feel like a little better about myself.
Well, and we call it, at NRDC where I work, we call it Simple Steps.
Mm-hmm.
We have a website, simplesteps.org, because these are things that, maybe you can't do it all at once.
Right.
But for instance, say you have a dog with a flea collar, and your kids or you pet the dog. Some flea collars are really toxic.
Yeah.
Some aren't. You can go to our website and try to learn about which flea collars are actually going to protect your pet without poisoning your family.
Getting back to the mercury thermometers, that's just if the thermometer happens to break and the mercury is exposed, correct?
Exactly.
It's not anything else than that.
Exactly. It's when you come into contact with the mercury that
I remember as a child
problems.
dropping one and breaking it and playing with the mercury on the floor.
And I'm glad you grew up to be a happy, healthy adult. But
yeah, but I mean, it's one of those things where now I remember they had the kind of a similar thing where they broke a mercury thermometer at a high school and the kids were playing with it, and the EPA shut down the whole school and quarantined the different households of these kids who had played with it.
Oh my goodness.
Mercury is serious stuff, and we're so grateful that we have been able to make some strides in getting it out of the environment in the last 40 years, but there certainly are places where it can still be a problem.
Okay.
One more thing I wanted to mention, is what we put on our lawns and in our gardens. You know, sometimes you see one bug in your garden and then you basically douse the whole thing with something that is going to kill everything in sight.
Right.
And it's not always necessary. And products are labeled well now, and you can see, you know, what are the more healthy options. And our point isn't to try to scare people and freak them out. Right, exactly. And to let people know that in almost every case, there is some alternative.
Right.
And that's what we found, is that when, frankly, moms know what's bad for them and themselves, they can demand from their local grocery store or from the people who make their kids' toys, you know, I'm not going to buy something unless it's safe. And then they make safer products. So that's really, I think, we have a lot of power.
We do. Thank you so much. Thank you. For more on keeping your family safe, go to our website, mommycast.com.
Hi, I'm Gretchen and this is Paige, and we're from mommycast.com. Today we're speaking with Julia Bovey.
You said it like a robot. You're like,
it's the end of the freaking day. I've been saying it all day. Okay.
And when you say this is Paige, no, like acknowledge.
With feeling.
This is Paige.
The odd one in the film frame. Okay, I'll be nicer. Don't breathe on me.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Don't mess with my hair.
3, 2,